violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Justin, a former UGA player, is facing federal charges after police say he killed a gas station clerk in Oconee County. Today, a federal grand jury indicted 24-year-old Akil Crumpton on more charges related to the deadly shooting of Elijah Wood.
So guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update on my former teammate, Akil Crumpton. He was definitely killing out there. He from Philly. Y'all know Philly is like that, okay? And they be coming with the smoke. And he came down here and thought he was going to be on some Philly stuff in Georgia. And, you know, where he killed that gas station clerk, Elijah Wood, is a very rich area, very wealthy area there in Oconee County. So they ain't finna just let you ride with that. And that guy was like innocent. It was just senseless what he did. And then he ended up getting caught up because the ballistics matched, meaning he was using the same weapon, like an idiot, in another shooting in Philly. So it's safe to say that, you know, this guy, he wasn't all the way there, but it's crazy, man.
Crumpton's accused of killing the victim during a robbery last year. We told you in March, investigators say ballistic evidence in a murder in Philadelphia linked Crumpton to the shooting here. Crumpton played football for UGA from 2017 to 18.
We begin this evening with a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. A father speaking out after learning that the man who killed his son and left his body in a field will avoid trial. The man entered a guilty plea today. The father talked with Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark with us now, and the DeKalb County teen was missing for 6 months. His remains were found in a Greene County field.
Yeah, it appears this case started in DeKalb County and ended.
I told you guys, DeKalb County is on demon time.
In Greene County, which is out I-20 east. A prosecutor says the victim was just 16 years old. And while exactly what happened may never be known to authorities or the public, the evidence in an investigation led by the GBI made it clear it was gang-related. His dad told us he was in court today.
How often is the loss of your son, your namesake, with you?
Every day. That was my only son. My name died with him.
Charlie Ramos pled guilty today in Superior Court in Greene County to felony murder and received a life sentence, life with the possibility of parole.
And guys, these gangs are very, they're very wicked in the way that they move, and they're instrumental into a lot of the things that goes down in the community, okay, in the most negative way. All right, like people try and give this persona that the gang members are helping the community out and they're the first line of defense from outsiders, when in all actuality they're the ones who are destroying the community. Not only when it comes to just you know, murders and robbings and just making the area overall unsafe. Also, just when it comes to cleanliness, man, a lot of these dudes, they'll take a piss anywhere. You know, they'll litter, making the community just be an eyesore. So, I don't know what they're going to do with this.
You didn't get to do prom. You didn't get to do high school graduation. You don't get to go to basketball games anymore. It's just hard.
Anthony Hazelton Sr. suggests a legal case against Charlie Ramos for the killing of Anthony Hazelton Jr. may have ended with a guilty plea from Ramos.
I was satisfied that my family didn't have to deal with the trial.
But he expects the hurt to haunt him as a dad the rest of his life.
It's forever. Like some days good, some days bad, some moments good. a good, happy moment could turn into a sad moment.
We're told when Hazelton Jr.'s body was discovered in Greene County late October 2020, DeKalb police have been working on missing person case on him since the previous April.
Before we even knew it was a homicide, we had done crazy amounts of work for it.
So the sergeant in DeKalb County is a sister. God, I mean, if we don't got representation anywhere, we got representation in law enforcement. Because I swear, every video, there is always a sister or a brother in charge, man. It's real. Like, you know, we out here.
And crazy amounts of work for it. We had ran his history. We had ran the suspect's history.
An April 2020 DeKalb police incident report seems to suggest Anthony Hazelton Jr.'s mom received a call from a friend of her son who informed her that she believed that Anthony may be in grave danger, and that the friend said that Anthony had gone to, quote, Greens County with an older male gang member by the name of Charlie Ramos to engage in some sort of criminal activity, unquote, and that Anthony had told the friend that if he didn't return by 3 p.m. that evening, something bad had happened to him. Assistant DA Blaine May says Ramos claimed he was trying to leave a gang after Hazelton was killed. DA Wright Barksdale.
Quite frankly, I don't care how we put gang members in prison as long as we're putting them in prison and they stay there.
Records indicate the felony murder charge to which Ramos pled guilty contains an allegation that Ramos, while committing a burglary, a felony, caused Hazelton Jr.'s death by becoming involved in a shootout.
He denied pulling the trigger.
You don't buy that the shooting happened in a burglary?
No.
Greene County Sheriff Donnie Harrison says work done by DeKalb police on Hazelton Jr.'s missing persons case before local landowner Bill Sisson found the remains was critical to the case. He says the GBI.
Ron Hilton with the GBI is one of the best GBI agents I've worked with.
The sheriff's office and DeKalb police worked together to build the case from there.
Wow. So you heard what he said. You got to keep these gang members locked up. And unfortunately, you know, they're getting out. Low bonds. You see it in California. We already covered that. You see it in Atlanta countless times. They're even letting misdemeanor offenses go unchecked, right? Especially when you don't have to post a bail for those. So it's a lot going on in the Metro Atlanta area. And it's just building up.
Now, Prosecutor May says Ramos also pled to a concealing death of another charge which involved putting Hazelton Jr.'s body in a shallow grave. And the prosecution agreed not to move forward with a malice murder charge because of his plea. Anthony Hazelton Sr. said his son was an athlete, well-mannered and well-loved, but he believes he was dragged into a gang situation and thinking the wrong people were his friends cost him his life.
Yeah. And the best advice I got for you young brothers who are, you know, teens and y'all got some friends who, you know, might be on the super gremlin spectrum, man, get out as soon as you can, man. Relocate, you know, work your behind off, make sure that you can get in a position where you're not struggling, and get away from these super gremlins on Demon Time.
16. Reporting live, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
And tonight, an issue plaguing the metro. Leaders really trying all they can to stop gangs. Today, Fulton County's district attorney said up to 80% of crime in the city is linked right back to those gangs. And
wow. 80% of the crimes in Fulton County are linked to gang activity.
Is linked right back to those gangs. And just last night, we told you about an indictment that charged several members of the YSL gang. It included 2 rappers, Young Thug and Gunna. Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln looked at solutions for us tonight. And Ashley, the bottom line here is more programs are needed to keep kids and young adults.
She did not just say programs. More programs. They got plenty of programs in Atlanta. Hell, we've even reviewed programs. You know, we got brothers going door to door Trust me. It's not the programs. We got midnight basketball. All right? So many different opportunities in Atlanta. So many different employment opportunities. You can intern somewhere. Just go. Just start. It's not a lack of programs. It's the culture. And, you know, a lot of these parents who are letting this stuff go on and not holding their children accountable. You know, a lot of single parent households, like I said, sisters, come get your kids
out of these gangs.
That's the key tonight, Wendy, coming from a crime prevention specialist that we spoke to. He says more prevention is needed. We are at the location of a shooting that happened here in downtown Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and although police have not said if it's related to gang activity, people can't help but assume after hearing that message from the Fulton County DA this afternoon.
This is a landmine.
That's the reaction Orrin Hudson had when he heard this.
My number one focus is targeting gangs. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that
she said conservatively, okay? So shout out to Fannie Willis, man. She's doing the Lord's work, cleaning up this mess. And if it just so happens that your favorite entertainers are involved in this stuff and they're indeed super gremlins on demon time, then they need to get scooped up too, point blank.
we are seeing within our community.
I'm shocked to hear that.
Tuesday, after District Attorney Fannie Willis announced the RICO indictment of a criminal enterprise that lists 20-plus defendants, including rappers Young Thug and Gunna, who are accused of being a part of the YSL gang.
It's horrible.
Hudson says there's more work to do in preventing young people from joining gangs in the first place and committing crimes.
I'm so committed to helping the young people that I converted my personal home into a training center. Why? I'm committed. I'm all in.
You converted your personal home, you know, and I think, you know, I think that's great that he's trying to give back. I just hope that he understands some of these folks that he letting in his crib, man. That's a little too close to home. I can see getting active in the streets, but he said just pull up to the crib. That can get a little dicey, you know. You might want to get some reinforced bulletproof walls or something, because it sounds very dangerous letting a lot of these super gremlins into your crib, all right? Because some of these dudes really might set you up, finesse you, hit a lick, because they know you're a giving guy. They know that you want to make a change. So I'd be careful about that, brother. I really would.
Hudson's organization, Be Someone, has gained recognition for more than 20 years, helping over 80,000 teens and young adults avoid a life of crime.
I'm gonna help them get a job. I'm gonna put them to work. I'm gonna show them how to win. You win by adding value.
Hudson says programs like his are needed, especially now with gang-related crimes on the rise. The Georgia office of the Attorney General reports in 2021, the GBI investigated 446 gang-related cases. And in a 2018 survey conducted by the Georgia Gang Investigators Association, 157 counties reported a rise in gang activity.
That community deserves to be safe.
Let's stop them from going to jail in the first place.
Channel 2's Ashley Lincoln back out live with...
And look, I'm not saying that we don't need brothers like him. We definitely do. I just, you know, security. You might need to get some security, you know, 24/7 on the watch, rotating shifts. Because, you know, it could get dangerous, man. A lot of these kids, especially in the Metro Atlanta area, bro, they don't care. They really don't. Okay.
With us now, Ashley, we know the numbers keep going up, but are the specialists saying as to why this is happening?
Yeah, in most cases, people just want that sense of community, Wendy, and also as a chance to get out of poverty. And unfortunately, they say that leads to this criminal activity that...
What? What? But Young Thug and Gunna ain't broke. And they're supposedly the head of the organization. They done got their business wrapped up into this street activity. Sending money, like if they can prove that he sent money through a bank account, if there's a like, you're done, bro. You're done to one of these guys. You know what I mean?
We are seeing, I found both on the state and local level, we have seen expansions of gang enforcement organizations to help combat these increasing numbers that we've been reporting on.
So it seems there's a connection there that they gravitate toward, and we need to find more positive connections for young people. Ashley, thank you for that.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo!
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Popular rap artist under arrest in Fulton County. Young Thug and Gunna are facing serious charges related to gang activity. And the DA says gangs are behind a huge amount of the crime that seems to be exploding in recent weeks. And Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, turned himself in the middle of the night.
So they got Gunna, man. They didn't have him in custody at first, and I know people are out here saying this is a federal case. No, this is a state case. This is Fulton County. So the feds aren't involved. But if they do somehow beat the case, then the feds may or may not pick it up, depending on what type of activities, because if they're moving from here to there and going state to state, then that basically puts them under federal jurisdiction. So hopefully they were more careful than that. But, you know, if they're involved in these murders, especially directly involved, shot calling, as you would say, then they definitely need to be held accountable, because you already know over here, we not going to mince words with these super gremlins, man. We going to keep it a binuck.
He was scheduled for his first appearance in front of a judge. And Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live right now. Audrey, you just stepped out of that courtroom. What happened?
Right, I stepped out of court just about 7 minutes ago, and so far no bond has been set for the rapper Gunna, who is charged in connection with this racketeering case that we have been telling you about. First,
and I have heard that they may be bringing Lil Baby into this case, so Lil Baby, you better lay low. You better stop texting, stop calling these super gremlins, stop doing it all. You know what I mean? Just relinquish all connectivity with them, because you can become a target.
Let's go to some video. This is a mugshot of that rapper who goes by the stage name Gunna. His given name is Sergio Kitchens. He turned himself in overnight to police. As we reported, an indictment filed on Monday.
So if this is a state case, they're gonna go to state prison. And we all know that the state prisons are a lot more rough than the federal prisons. So it's not going to be fun if they end up being found guilty of these charges.
Fulton County Superior Court accuses Gunna of violating Georgia's anti-racketeering law. The indictment alleges that fellow rapper Young Thug co-founded a violent street gang that committed murders, shootings, and carjackings over roughly a decade and promoted its activities in songs and on social media.
So you see that they've committed these murders. They've been involved in these activities, allegedly. And they're rapping about it. They singing about it, sing song, dancing, giving glory to the devil on demon time. And now it's time for him to collect. And I think that Gunna probably sucked brother Sergio Kitchens into this mess. I don't think Gunna was really like that. You know, we saw the interview of him basically telling and trying to free his cousin. I mean, he been around street stuff. Things have happened to him. Things have happened to people that he loves. But, you know, in his heart, this may not be him. Okay? But Young Thug, obviously, his slime, as they call it, got him involved. And this is a telltale. That's why I showed that video in the beginning. It's a story of how your friends can get you caught up in all this mess that they're involved in. Okay? It's wild, bro. You got to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who are on a better paradigm. Okay?
Now, while I was inside court, Gunna's attorneys did most of the talking for him. He really had nothing to say as the attorneys and the judge went back and forth about bond being set in this case. Again, so far, no bond has been set. We did learn that 3 other defendants connected to this case are going to have their court appearance over the next hour or 2. We're going to head back inside court and see what happens with that. We'll have another live report for you beginning at 4 on Channel 2 Action News. Right now, we are live here right outside the Fulton County Jail. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay, Audrey, thank you very much. Looking for more information throughout the day from this situation.
New developments just into the 11 Alive newsroom about the gang indictment involving rappers Young Thug and Gunna.
Ariana Maniz is in the studio with the details we learned less than 20 minutes ago.
Sure, Aisha, we just learned from Fulton County jail records that rapper Gunna has been arrested. Now the records, they show Sergio Kitchens was booked sometime in the last few hours on a RICO charge. Now, Kitchens is one of the 28 people named in the massive gang indictment, which claims he is an associate of Young Slime Live. Now, right now, we know he could have his first court appearance before a judge this morning. Now, this comes after the Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis says Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug, is allegedly tied to YSL. Now, Willis says the gang is connected to crimes dating all the way back to 2013. Among them include murder and armed robbery. Now, the indictment claims Young Thug is one of the founders of the gang that's tied to the National Blood Gang. Right now, Williams is facing 2 charges for participating in criminal street gang activity and conspiring to violate the racketeering law. The DA says that we can expect more indictments against other gangs. Take a listen.
They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community. And so they have to be rooted out of our community.
She's right, man. I like the strong stance. This is what policing your own looks like. It's not pretty. It's not cute. Some of the people that you like, some of the people that you worship, get caught up in it. and so be it. If they're responsible for 70 to 80% conservatively of the crimes in Fulton County, in the metro Atlanta area, then yes, hold them accountable. And they should not be able to, you know, be smashing Instagram models and flying here and flying there and spending money and driving Lambos and doing all this type of stuff, flexing and living their life and eating lobster tail and doing all these things and going to expensive restaurants and living in hotels and living the rock star lifestyle if they're involved with these activities. Now, if they didn't do anything and they had no connection to it, then obviously, you know, they can enjoy whatever they got going on with the money that, you know, they're using. But see, when you mix the money with the gang stuff and it gets intertwined, it's over, bruh. So y'all have fun, y'all had y'all time, and now it's time to do time.
I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
I like it. Energy. I mean, she's basically saying what I've been saying. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Meanwhile, Young Thug's attorney maintains Thug's rap label is not a street gang. The rapper's attorneys, they have all...
I mean, this lawyer, he's just collecting a check at this point. There's no way that you cannot say that their label is not a street gang. Everybody knows it is. They're the ones who be saying gang. They say gang in their songs. Slime him, slime this, slime that. All this kind of stuff. They throwing up gang signs. They doing the hand things. They pointing guns in the freaking camera. And you trying to say it's not no street gang? Okay. Maybe y'all do sign artists and a label and all that kind of stuff, but you know, if you are mixing business with the streets, it's over. And then y'all name the gang, like there's literally no way. All they gotta do is just play the albums. They just gonna start playing music. The whole trial is just gonna be you listening. It's gonna be like chilling in the club. You know what I mean? Like a themed party.
Also, they filed a motion requesting an expeditious hearing for a judge to consider giving the rapper bond. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, so one charge Young Thug is facing is a RICO charge. Gunna facing that same charge too, one count. It stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations. It all started out as a federal law, mainly targeting the mafia, but now almost all states, including Georgia, have adopted similar state RICO laws. It focuses on organized crime and only requires the state to prove that some group of people are committing a pattern of crimes. This is a story that you see is still developing. For the very latest and more on the in-depth look at the indictment, just head to 11alive.com.
You got this exclusive video of the moment officers raided Young Thug's Buckhead home Monday night. He is one of 27 people charged in an 88-page indictment that includes murder, robbery, and assault charges. And new at 6, only Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie spoke to Young Thug's father. And Mark, he told you his son is getting blamed for something he says he didn't do.
Oh, God. So instead of his mama coming out and being like, he ain't do nothing, my baby ain't do nothing. Now the father is coming out, well, you didn't do it. Yeah, all right, Pops.
The Fulton County DA's office says it worked for more than a year on this case in collaboration with Atlanta police.
Bro, they've been watching you for 10 years. They have 10 years of evidence. They have 10 years of evidence against you, tying you to multiple murders, and the OGs are still in denial. I'm telling you guys, this is why the OGs, you know what I mean? They up out of here, bruh. They really are, because I mean, they don't even see reality. They can't even think logically. All right? The OGs don't even seek out information. All right? True information. The OGs are just, you know, watching the TV. Whatever the TV tell them, that's what they believe. I'm telling you this.
Whom we saw out last night in what seemed like a massive presence in the heart of Buckhead. In telling our story, we use exclusive video, but also 2 one-on-one interviews we did with DA Fonnie Willis and with a man who identified himself as Young Thug's father.
This indictment is significant beyond the celebrity of Young Thug.
Absolutely.
Boy, that man got them tight, skin tight leather pants on. Let me ask you guys this. Is Young, if he ends up going to prison, do y'all think that he just gonna, you know, jerk off in his cell, or is he gonna start dealing with one of them lady boys all up in there? I'm just asking.
Absolutely. This indictment is significant because it targets 28 people who decided to become involved in a criminal street gang.
And you know what, man? I'm proud of Fonnie Willis. Okay? Because this woman has guts. So if you guys are over here rooting for Young Thug, and, you know, it looks like Gunna wasn't deeply involved, but he was involved enough to get picked up. If you guys are rooting for them, then you're going against black women. Because this is a black female district attorney who has seen the lives that these individuals have changed. These super gremlins have shifted. Okay? You got people who ain't coming back. I need you guys to see some perspective, because y'all are fans. Y'all are fanboys. Y'all are sheeple. You follow these entertainers. You love them. You dick ride them. And we don't do that over here. We call it how I see it. And the way that it's looking, these super gremlins are on demon time.
And really do havoc in our community.
I think my son has been unfairly linked to a lot of things.
Oh, really? So, and it's crazy because his baby mama just got killed. All right. She's gone. Up out of here. At the bowling alley. Nonetheless. Potentially gang related. Who knows? They say it was over an argument. Now he's gone. What happens to that child that they have together? And Pop's over here, well, you didn't do it. Look, bruh. You shouldn't even made a statement. Because now you just look slow. Have you listened to your son's music?
But, you know, it's up to us to prove it.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis and the father of the Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug.
I'm going to fight for him to the end.
Pooh Shiesty Mask. Look at the Pooh Shiesty Mask filming. This how you moving? You got Pops with his best friend is wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask. This is a grown ass man. Grown ass man.
I'm his father. That's what I do.
Countless fans may know Young Thug as a music star, but a new indictment of him and 27 others paints him as one of the founders of YSL. What is YSL?
It's a business. It's a record label.
It is awesome.
It stands for Young Slime Life. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let Fonnie do it.
A business and a record label. YSL is a acronym for Young Slime Life, and it is a hybrid gang that operates here in Atlanta, and it's an affiliate of the Blood Gang.
She broke it all the way down, and she's absolutely correct. Go look in Young Thug's comment section. You gonna see slat, snakes, blood paraphernalia, like emoticons that are, yeah, I mean, blood apparatus, I guess, if you want to say, indicators, like the red hearts and or the it's like a sour Skittle green heart that they be doing? And you gonna tell me she's wrong? Is she right or wrong, Young Thug? Is she right or wrong?
Young Thug's charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act and participation in criminal street gang activity. His attorney, Brian Steele.
I'll tell you the response to any allegation is Mr. Williams committed no crime whatsoever, and we will fight to my last drop of blood to clear him.
He's not the only one. We got video of Monday night in Buckhead. Martinez Arnold's also accused of the RICO conspiracy. Young Thug's dad says Arnold, a.k.a. Duke, was the first artist signed by YSL, and he believes him innocent.
And that guy, Duke, he was actually arrested for shooting up Lil Wayne's tour bus a while back. And that's why I never really liked Young Thug, because he was beefing with Lil Wayne. And obviously he was heavily influenced by Lil Wayne. But he's beefing with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't do nothing to him. It was just a jealousy thing. He always been a snake-ass nigga to me. Excuse my French, but he always been a, you know, and that's why he's slime, snake, and all this stuff. Like, they be hissing. It's a whole lot that goes on with it, but ultimately it's stupid. Young guys, if you're watching, definitely don't get involved in this foolishness. But, hey, it is what it is, man. These super gremlins are on demon time.
A.K.A. Duke was the first artist signed by YSL, and he believes him innocent. The indictment alleges a variety of crimes, including, from our reading, 3 murders, including that of Donovan Thomas.
It's extremely significant. It occurred back in 2015, and what myself and any law enforcement member can tell you, as a result of that, the back and forth gun violence and murders that have occurred have probably been in excess of 50 since 2015, triggered by that and the back and forth between that gang and other gangs.
The DA's office says neither Young Thug nor Arnold is accused of the murders, though Young Thug allegedly rented a car used in the Thomas murder.
I want any parent that has lost a child to the street violence, any parent that wants to join me in marching on street violence, because these are our kids. These are our kids out here that's being missed.
So the Pops is gonna protest on street violence when the son is out here perpetuating street violence. Okay.
I am upset by the influence that all of these older men's conduct has on children.
This collaboration is representative of the partnership of the Atlanta Police Department and the DA's office on our...
You heard what she said, the older men. Those are the OGs.
Our aggressiveness and going after gang members.
How many months of work went into this?
Since the day I got here, so 15 months.
Now, the dad said, how can we stop someone from saying, I'm YSL? Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt said, because of alleged friction between YSL and other gangs and the number charged, he is planning to house some of those named in the indictment at other jails, and Young Thug has already been sent to another county jail. There's much more in this lengthy indictment. Look for more stories in the future. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.